In a country where 95% people study in vernacular medium, everybody is questioning somebody in English, and that person struggles to answer only in English, and in English he fails, and because he fails in English, he is failed in his life. I want to tell, English is just a language. English is not knowledge. Don't test languages. Please test knowledge.
Guts, grit, growth, glory. That is what Velumani's 4G is about. I am Siddharth, Kannan, and yes, I'm so thrilled because we got so many messages from our viewers from all across the world saying how our episodes have empowered them, inspired them, and given them the courage to not follow the ordinary path, but yes, be extraordinary, be fearless, be bold. And that's what Dr. Velumani has been telling us through his journey. Sir,
Hi.
Phenomenal response. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For making us believe that we can actually do anything that we want to do.
Good. I'm happy about that, Siddharth.
So last week, we spoke about how you got married and then something drastic happened, which is going to lead us to start, scale, growth. So what happened after you got married?
Yeah, after I got married, life was cool, life was going on well. I got 2 children. I finished my MSc, I finished my PhD, and I was 37. Looked like government job is not truly taking me anywhere high. Comfortable job, but that time I sensed I must do some disruption.
Disruption.
And disrupt yourself is what I felt is the best disruption. I think there are 3 kinds of people on this earth. One who disrupts others, the other who gets disrupted by others, the third one self-disrupts. And I wanted to do a self-disruption by resigning my stable government officer job.
Despite the fact that you had a wife, you had 2 kids, you gave up a job. Why? Because you were getting frustrated there, or was it getting into your comfort zone?
I think sensing was we are not moving anywhere, comfort zones have set in. कुछ करना है तो कुछ risk लेना है. So I was studying myself closely. I had a good bank balance. I had a 2 lakh rupees of bank balance in 1995 when my monthly expenditure was only 3,000 rupees per month. So I sat and calculated, I have enough money for my children to eat for 60 months, that's 5 full years. And my wife is working in State Bank of India. So that gave me enormous confidence that worst cannot happen, best is possible. So I took a decision within 10 minutes to 15 minutes without even discussing with my wife.
But once she came to know about the decision, did she say, what are you doing? Did your kids come and say, Dad, kya ho raha hai ye?
Kids were not old enough to ask this question. My wife was aware that I have taken a decision, and she was also aware that she can't change my decision because that's how I had been. But she did threaten me by telling, if you don't go from tomorrow, even I will not go. And on her salary strength, I took that decision. Now she is telling, I am not going to go if you don't go. Mind you, the threat comes even after taking decision to change the decision, and if you are bold enough, you will not change that taken. And I took that decision and I didn't change it. So both of them gave up the jobs together. In fact, that is the biggest risk one can take in life.
2 jobless people,
yes, together,
with a full-fledged family.
Yes, and started risking once again life. And decided to do thyroid testing business. And thyroid testing business because I had done a PhD in thyroid. Whenever you do a PhD in one subject, that very clearly tells you know only one subject, you don't know any other subject. So my name was Thyrocare as my business. In fact, that's the most powerful brand I could think of without a support of any branding group, and I was happy that this logo has become very powerful logo in the long run.
But I want to know, why did you end up focusing on a 15-gram thing, which is the thyroid, and not on the full body?
See, as I said, PhD means you know only thyroid, number one. Number two, this thyroid test was just now emerging, and I knew the country has got 1.25 billion thyroid which needs a solution, and I focused on it. Mind you, I focused so much on that particular gland. Today the world is saying he is the first man to have built a brand around a gland.
That rhymed too, yeah?
Right? Now let me put another rhyming. Today the business has become so powerful, whenever my competition hears the word thyroid, they hear it as Android. So to that extent, the focus on that single gland has helped me to establish a good business, a profitable business, a highly respectable business. I'm happy that I focused. And I want all viewers to keep in their mind, once you have focused, you just can't go wrong.
Okay, but when you wanted to start this company, was it difficult to find people to invest on you, to collect funds, because you had a huge journey in front of you? You had a vision, right?
Yes. Now if you look at it, a business, to do a business, many think funds is the most important one. No. To do a business, especially in a service industry, a good business model is more important. So I had enough of strength, stamina, courage, and alone I sat and I did this business thinking that when I get enough money, I will employ more people. When I get enough money, I will buy more machines. And I started frugally, and I was not looking for anyone to fund. By the time I started the business, I got my 2 lakh rupees of provident fund, which supported me to start this business. And I must tell you here, there is a Tamil saying, and that Tamil saying I will translate in English and tell you. Take a hair, long hair, tie a knot in that hair, put it on a hill, pull the hill. If you have got, you have got the hill, and if you have lost, you have just lost a hair. Mind you, 2 lakh rupee provident fund was the hair, and $500 million US company today in the stock exchange is the hill. And I was the first man probably made that proverb to sound possible and did it. So I want everybody to understand what is a risk worth romancing.
But how did you find your team, your dream and your steam? Rhyme for a rhyme, huh?
Yeah, in that way, there was a dream that I should do thyroid, I should become only man in thyroid, I should make sure no one else is in competing with me. That is the reason why I focused. And the dream is, I felt there is 1,000 crore prosperity possible, and that was my dream. Today it's made reach even 10,000 crore, but that time I thought it would be 1,000 crore. So there was enough a dream. Team, I think my brother was with me, my wife was with me, and my people who have family were all supporting me. So I think that was the biggest team. And I did a business without really looking for investors, partners from outside. So for me it happened in 1995. No one knew what is entrepreneurship, no one knew what is startup, no one knew what is disruption. It looks like I was doing a disruption, and I am today called as an entrepreneur, and things went on very well, and I probably was in the right time doing right things in the right spirit.
We can feel your spirit. Look at your enthusiasm. I mean, you're like a 16-year-old boy. Yeah?
Oh, well, I think that only gives me some other different ideas.
We don't want to discuss that right now. But did you face resistance? Because there must have been a school of people who must have got insecure with you coming into the market. B, also, you did not have an iota of a medical background.
Yeah, fortunately, I was not a medical doctor. Now, I use the word fortunately because conventionally, people use conventional routes to do a conventional business. A man from an outsider looks at the business very different, strategizes very different, and I am happy that I did not have a medical background. I am happy, fortunately, I did not have money. Had I had money, I would have opened a multi-speciality pathology laboratory. I would not have focused on one gland. Fortunately, I didn't have money, otherwise I would have employed hi-fi people and I might have made a business struggling. So everything worked on very well. When it comes to resistance, yes, I was disrupting. I was not knowing I was disrupting, but they were clear, my competition was clear that this man is trying to do something and we must find out what he is doing. But let me tell you, सच जीतता है, truth triumphs, and my business and philosophy had a basic truth. And let me also tell you, if your business model is too good, you don't need one more model to sell it. So that's how it all went on, and 5 years people were resisting, then people were recognizing, then finally people are appreciating. And this is a typical story. Everywhere, first 5 years people will resist, next 5 years they will watch, third 5 years they will appreciate. And I got it right.
Start, scale, grow. What was the starting point? What was your scaling point? And what was your growth point?
I started in Baikala, South Mumbai, at a 200 square feet rented garage. Mind you, it had a door which was only 5 feet tall. I am 6 feet tall.
So you had to go like this?
I had to bend down first.
And banged your head a couple of times?
Many times, many times.
Ouch.
Then from 200 square feet rented to 2000 square feet owned. Then from 2000 square feet to 10,000 square feet owned. From 10,000 square feet we have come to today 400,000 square feet. Mind you, all because I wanted to take less. I must tell you here, in this business, everybody was charging more, I was charging less. Everybody was working on value, I was working on volume. Everybody got 100 samples a day, I had got 10,000 samples a day.
My God, that's the difference.
You know, per specimen I earn very little, but I have a huge volume. So my punchline goes, in fact it sounds very well in Hindi, जो खोना चाहता है वो कभी खोता नहीं है, जो खोने से डरता है वो कभी पाता नहीं है. This is punchline number 1. Punchline number 2, plan to lose. You will never lose. And if you want a billion, please lose a million. Without losing a million, you just can't become a billionaire. So all sounds all right today, but in those days I was not knowing what I was doing, and it looks like I did all what would be right to make the business very successful. So scaling up from 1 employee to 1,000 employee, from 2 lakh rupees of investment to $500 million market cap. So everything went on very smooth. I think I was in the right time and industry was opening up, and भगवान उसको ही साथ देता है जो रिस्क लेता है. तो रिस्क तो लिया, I could get it right.
और ग्रोथ फाइनली कब हुआ वो जब आपने कहा now this is where I want to be and I'm heading in the right direction?
I think when I felt this business has potential, I brought in a concept called as a franchisee. Now in this medical industry there was nothing known as a franchisee. In fact, the franchisee word was always used for multinational companies to come to India. In India, no company was using the word franchisee. I thought I must use the word franchisee. I called people who were unemployed and underemployed, told them, look gentlemen, thyroid patient can pay you 500, don't take 500, take only 300, keep 200, give me 100. He asked me, I keep 200, I give you 100. आप सही सुना. Mind you, for the last 20 years, he is unable to sleep, I am peacefully sleeping. Which means, जो देने के लिए तैयार है, उसको बहुत सारा मिलता है. If you are prepared to give to people in front of you, you get it. And my punchline goes like this: जो जीतता है, शायद हार सकता है. जो जिताता है, वो कभी हारता नहीं है.
You know what you've done? Besides giving punchlines, you punch the living daylights out of life. Every time life wanted to punch you, you got up and you punched harder. Every time you thought something was a limitation in your life, you made it your biggest strength. And these all come through your own experiences, and I can see that earnestness. So there you go, my viewers. if we have even contributed to 1% in your life to grow as a human being, and especially those people out there who want to be entrepreneurs, or those people out there who have a big dream but are scared to take risks, go for it. If he could do it, you can do. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Velumani's 4G, which is
guts, grits, growth and glory.
Yes, and lots of glory to all of you out there. Come back to our next episode. Keep tweeting, putting it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We'll read your comments. We will be back next week. And if you feel inspired, inspire the world around you. See ya.